Chapter 1: The Book. I welcome you to join me on an adventure unlike any other. This is the story of Luffy, a young child filled with curiosity and a thirst for adventure, as he embarks on a journey to the enchanted world of mysterious unicorns. One day, while exploring the woods near his home, Luffy stumbled upon an old book with a title that would change his life forever. The Enchanted World of the Mysterious Unicorns. As he began to read, he was immediately drawn into the world of unicorns, creatures of magic and wonder. The book described how the unicorns were in danger, and that only a brave child could save them. Luffy couldn't believe what he was reading. Could the world of unicorns really exist? And could he really be the one to save them? He felt a calling, a pull to set out on an adventure to find out. That night, Luffy dreamed of a mysterious map leading to the world of unicorns. The dream was so vivid that when he awoke, he was filled with a newfound determination to find the truth about the unicorns and to help save them if they were in danger. With the map in hand, Luffy set out on his journey, eager to discover the truth about the unicorns and the enchanted world they inhabit. Chapter 2: The Enchanted Forest. Luffy entered the enchanted forest, and was immediately struck by its beauty. The tall trees reached towards the sky, casting shadows on the ground below. A gentle breeze blew, rustling the leaves and bringing the sweet scent of blooming flowers to his nose. However, the beauty of the forest was quickly overshadowed by the strange creatures that Luffy encountered. He saw creatures that he had never seen before, fairies that sparkled in the sunlight, talking animals that walked on two legs, and gnarled trees that seemed to be alive. Despite the strange sights, Luffy pressed on, determined to find the source of the evil that was spreading through the land. He soon encountered obstacles that tested his courage and his resolve. He had to cross a fast-flowing river, climb a steep mountain, and navigate a dark maze. But just when Luffy was about to give up, he met a wise old owl. The owl sat on a branch, surveying the forest with its large, wise eyes. When Luffy approached, the owl spoke. "Hello, young one," the owl said. "May I ask what it is that you seek?" Luffy told the owl about his mission to save the unicorns, and the owl listened with interest. When Luffy finished, the owl nodded its head. "I can help you on your journey," the owl said. "I have lived in this forest for many years, and I know its secrets and its dangers. Follow me, and I will guide you on your way." Luffy was grateful for the owl's help, and he followed it through the forest. The owl provided guidance and advice on the journey, and Luffy was able to avoid many of the dangers that lay ahead. Chapter 3: The Mysterious Unicorns. As Luffy entered the land of the unicorns, he was in awe of the beauty that surrounded him. The lush meadows, the sparkling streams, and the magnificent creatures themselves all left him breathless. As he approached a group of unicorns, he was greeted by a young foal who was eager to make a new friend. Luffy and the young unicorn quickly became friends and explored the world of unicorns together. Luffy learned about their magic and secrets, and was amazed by the knowledge and wisdom that these creatures possessed. The young unicorn introduced Luffy to the wise old unicorn, who was the keeper of ancient knowledge and stories of their world. The wise unicorn told Luffy about the demon lord Kaiser, and the danger that he posed to their world. He described how Kaiser was determined to conquer and destroy all that was good in their world, and how he had already claimed many lives in his quest for power. Luffy was determined to help protect their world, and with the guidance of the wise unicorn, he assembled a team of strong and determined unicorns. Together, they set out on a new adventure, determined to defeat Kaiser and save their world. Chapter 4: The Quest. Luffy and the unicorns journey through the enchanted forest in search of the powerful magical artifact that can save their world. They encounter various mystical creatures along the way, including elves, fairies, and dragons. These creatures joined Luffy and the unicorns on their quest, each bringing their own unique skills and abilities to the fight against the evil demon lord Kaiser. As they traveled deeper into the forest, Luffy and the team faced many challenges and obstacles. They must use their wit and bravery to overcome these obstacles and continue on their quest. Along the way, Luffy learns important lessons about teamwork, perseverance, and the power of friendship. Finally, they reach the heart of the forest and find the heart-shaped magic blue emerald stone. The stone shines bright in the darkness, and Luffy knows that they have found what they were looking for. With the artifact in hand, they march toward the palace of the Demon Lord. The journey was long and arduous, but Luffy and the unicorns remained steadfast, determined to save their world and defeat the evil Demon Lord. They finally reached the palace, ready to face the final battle against Kaiser and his army of darkness. Chapter 5: The Final Battle. The final showdown between the forces of good and evil began at the Demon Lord's palace. The top 5 generals of Kaiser were powerful and relentless, and the battle was brutal and intense. Both sides suffered heavy casualties, but Luffy and the unicorns fought on, determined to save their world. The top generals were defeated, but just as they thought they had won, Kaiser himself entered the battle. He was a formidable opponent, and with his overwhelming power, he nearly decimated all of the allied forces. Luffy, who was barely able to stand, found himself lying on the ground with Kaiser standing over him. All hope seemed lost. But in that moment of desperation, Luffy remembered the words of the wise unicorn, who had told him that stars may not shine as brightly as the moon, but they still guide us through the darkest sky. With this in mind, Luffy called upon the magic blue emerald, asking for its help. To Luffy's surprise, the emerald began to glow with a brilliant blue light, brighter than the sun. The light entered Luffy's heart, granting him ultimate power and a newfound strength. And so, the final battle between Luffy and Kaiser began. For hours, the two clashed in a fierce and epic struggle. But in the end, Luffy emerged victorious, defeating the Demon Lord and banishing him to the Shadow Realm forever. The world was saved, and the magical creatures rejoiced. Luffy, now a hero in the eyes of all, held the magic blue emerald close, grateful for the guidance and strength it had given him. Chapter 6: The Return Home. Luffy and the unicorn stood outside the Demon Lord's palace, which was now empty and silent. They were all tired but also triumphant. The blue emerald lay in Luffy's hand, its light now dull but still powerful. They had succeeded in their quest, and the world was a little bit safer because of their bravery. As they started their journey back to the unicorn's world, Luffy couldn't help but reflect on all that had happened. He had learned so much about courage, determination, and friendship. He had met so many incredible creatures along the way and made memories that would stay with him forever. The unicorns were saying their goodbyes to Luffy. They were grateful for his help and wished him well on his journey home. Luffy felt a pang of sadness as he thought about leaving these magical creatures behind, but he also knew that it was time for him to return home. As Luffy walked back through the enchanted forest, he remembered the star that had guided him on the darkest of nights. He knew that even though he would never see the unicorns again, he would always carry the memories of their journey with him. He felt grateful for the experiences he had had and for the new wisdom that he had gained. Finally, Luffy reached the edge of the enchanted forest and stepped back into the world he had come from. As he looked back at the forest, he saw the stars shining brightly in the sky, guiding him back home. Luffy felt a sense of peace wash over him as he continued his journey, ready to share the tales of his enchanted journey with those who would listen.